Sorry. So this basically, if you could just go there and now add an agent LLM, agent node, right? That
AI
is
agent. Yeah.
yeah, agent. Yeah,
This one.
this one.
Hmm.
So if you close this, I just want to make sure that it's what is. We can just close this, right? So AI agent has chat model, memory, and tool.
Got it.
Right? The chat model, of course, is the LLM, right? So you connect it to LLM. So to give it brain, the AI agent like a human, digital human, you can think of it.
Hmm.
Right? A digital human has to speak, so it has to have brain and some kind of mouth and ear speak. So that basically chat model. The memory is basically where we store the data. The digital human will store the data.
Yeah.
And tool is basically, let's say you have to connect it to your own CRM, right?
Got it.
Right. So then it will get dynamic data. It will not be static data. Right. For
Yeah.
example, I might say, show me the last lead that I received. Right.
Hmm.
So I will connect it to tool. I will connect it to my CRM hotspot or something. Right. So
Hmm.
that's how you have to think: chat model, memory, and tool. These are the three things that are important for any AI agent. Now, if you want to add a model, you can
Hmm.
add simple OpenAI model because it gives some credits.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So N8N gives you some. You can claim the
Claim.
credit under free
Yeah.
credit, and then you can use the N8N. So this is
Done,
done
right?
now
Close this.
for you. You can just close it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So then you connect this to your
Hmm.
model. Yeah, it's already connected, right?
Yeah.
Now this is the simplest thing. Now, if you ask this, it will. You can ask like, what is the
Should I
capital
refresh
of?
this or it will
No, it
automatically?
should work. It should work. What is the capital of India, for example? Right? That's a world knowledge
Hmm.
because that's the knowledge that LLM knows. Uh,
Sure. No, it's not coming.
so this issue is coming because of your.
Nikhil just fixed it, right? Nikhil.
Yeah. You have to go back to AI agent. Open that node. Yeah.
Hmm.
Production stage
And
issue, right?
hmm, scroll
Enable
down.
something.
No, no, just scroll up once.
Settings.
Chat, connecting chat. The
Connect
chat trigger
chat.
is also connected. Yeah, click on that once. Define once. Click once. Define below, and then reconnect it to chat trigger.
Hmm. So what should I do now?
No, no. Go back and do connect again to chat.
Okay.
Source
Okay, done.
source of prompt. No, no, no. Define below को
Define
change.
below, just on the above, below above prompt.
Define. So I have to write some prompt here.
No, don't
No,
write
no.
right now. We just want to make it very simple. So you just take the input from the chat. That basically is what the define. You don't use this. Go back, define below, click again, and then use connected chat trigger mode.
Click on this, yes.
Yeah.
But
That
this was
should.
already there.
This is already there, so I don't. Why you are getting this error?
Should I
Okay.
try again, refresh and try again?
Yeah. Refresh.
It is okay. Probably a session issue is there.
No, not good. Very
Okay,
option.
we'll have to
I
resolve
think
it.
chat is not giving any input right here. You cannot see any input. Right? So I think there is some issue with the workflow. Can you go back to the workflow again? Yeah. Close this. Close this node.
Hmm.
Can you open up the chat
This one?
Yeah.
node? Yeah. Listed and
Code
then
hosted.
okay, now
Nikhil, this test chat on top, is that correct?
you can manually execute it, but it will create a test case for it. It doesn't work well. Okay.
I don't have to
Close
do
this
anything
again.
in settings, right?
No, no, no. It's perfect. It should be okay. Can you close this node again? Go to open chat below this AI model. Yeah,
Open
open
AI.
chat, open chat. No, no, open chat. Orange button. Yeah. Click on that. Click hi. Say hi in that chat. Yeah, so it's talking now. You can close that link, that webhook again, and recopy that link and paste it in the new tab. So it will work.
This link,
The existing link, first close that, and then copy and paste a new link. Yeah,
this one, right?
yeah, and go to the new tab and paste it there. Yeah. Now can you try? Just write hi first, if that's possible.
Okay.
I think that is what triggers me.
No, not
There
taking.
is some issue. Let's go to the AI agent and give some system message first. I think that is,
AI
yeah.
agent.
Yeah, go there, click on this. Scroll down, scroll down. Properties, add options. No, no, yeah. And system message, the first option. Okay. Now you can write down like you are an AI assistant. You'll answer questions, general knowledge questions. You can answer general knowledge.
Hmm.
Okay. Now execute it.
Sorry.
Execute step on the.
Yeah. Okay. Close this again and close that link again and repaste the link to this file. See, first of all, let's save this. I think the problem is with saving it.
I think
But, yeah. Now can you go back to chat and open the chat again? Yeah.
we were not saving it earlier. It
I
doesn't
think
get
that
auto
was it.
saved, right?
No, it doesn't auto.
Now it
Let's
should be.
just try.
Now it's working.
Yeah.
I think
Now you
save,
can
we're
ask
not
any
saving,
question.
hence it was breaking.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Capital of India.
Hmm.
Right. So
Got it.
this gives an answer now.
Hmm.
Okay.
You got
And
it.
if you want to embed this webhook into the website, you have, can you open the chat mode?
Ah,
If you want to embed this into your website, you have in the mode section, you have to select the
embed chat.
embedded. Yeah. So now that webhook on the top will be you can use that to embed it into your
Okay,
website.
so we put that webhook wherever we want to embed and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
got it. And we can customize this or we can't this.
Uh, this webhook
The
or
UI
the chat interface.
interface.
Interface, no.
Chat
I think
interface,
that's standard.
this you cannot customize, but you can build your own and then put that
Got it.
webhook and then
Then put it here.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's
Understood.
just a simple thing that they
Yeah,
provide.
that's not needed for now. Yeah. Got it. So now what next we do? I mean, this is connected.
Yeah,
So
this is done.
this is connected now. So they basically have a very simple chat now. If you want to now give it some specific knowledge, right? So you can put it in system prompt. That's what Mikhail did. So let's say you have a
Anywhere in the
policy
model or
in the model.
No,
Yes, model.
no, in the AI agent itself. In the AI,
in the AI agent, sorry.
AI agent system message, you have to add, scroll down. Yeah, in the
Yeah,
system
yeah.
message, you have to put down the entire policy that you have. For example, if you have an HR policy, you can just paste it here complete.
So
The
I can
better the
create some
system,
policy doc here basically.
yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Some refund policy, for example. So this
Yeah.
I have to connect here in the message or this docs. No, this is not docs. Where do I connect? Add option.
So you want to
I
add,
don't think you can add document here. That's not how it's designed. System messages are not designed where you can put documents. If you have to put document, you have to basically use a tool. That's where the agent tool comes into picture,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
So if you we can connect a tool here, which basically, let's
Hmm.
say, is a tool which connects to your Google Doc.
It can be a simple Google Word doc also.
Yes, yes. It can be simple Google Word doc here.
Got it.
So you can connect that, right? You of course you will have to connect your Google Doc through OAuth. first.
Authentication I'll have to do.
Yeah.
Word doc, it's not showing. Sorry, it's not Word. I think Google.
Not Word doc,
Ah,
Google.
Google Docs. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Right.
Got
So you put
it.
that.
Connect the drive or the doc, whatever I want. But
Yeah,
sheet,
you can Google Sheets also. You can put.
understood.
Right. So all these tools you can use to to give it a dynamic, data so that.
So then, based on that, let's say doc policy, I have connected a policy document.
Yeah.
The model will then only use that document to answer, or it can still
Yeah.
answer the general queries.
See, AI agents basically the way AI agents work is that they orchestrate,
Hmm.
right? Which means that when you connect, you can connect multiple tools, right? You can
Hmm.
connect three documents.
Okay.
One can be a chart document, one can be your, let's say a refund document for
Yeah.
e-commerce, let's say, one
Yeah.
can be your compliance document,
Hmm.
right? And I can have the chat, I can receive all three queries. So
Correct.
give me more detail about my compliance.
Yes.
So then AI agent knows because your tool is you have to give a tool description.
Hmm.
You add a tool. Based on the tool
Okay.
description, it knows which tool to call.
Got it.
So it does the routing of the tool. I mean, it routes to the best tool. And in fact, when we show the AI HDR, you will see there are 5 6 tools which are connected,
Hmm.
and then AI agent very smartly chooses which tool to call for this and which tool to call for this. For example, if I have to do a Google search,
Hmm.
it also plans, right? So which means that if I'm searching for Manoj Gupta Plotch.ai, it
Hmm.
and I want more detail, it will then first search Google search Manoj Gupta, get a
Hmm.
LinkedIn URL from there,
Got it.
then go to the LinkedIn URL, scrape using API, and then get more data and then construct through a good answer kind of stuff, right? So that's the kind of orchestration that is
Got it.
interesting. That's why AI agent is a very very important node to look at.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's great. I think you did very well.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
You played around and
Yeah. Yeah. That was
you were
helpful.
able to get some good answers on sort of it, right? So anyone else who has tried and got stuck, maybe can. I think the issue here was which I think is save. We didn't save. That some
Ah. Yeah. Yeah.
things we can avoid next time. Yes.
Here I have a question.
Yeah.
See, basically, currently we connected with a ChatGPT open source AI agent model. So, how can we connect all these things with our existing system,
Your existing.
existing CRM or ERP systems?
So that's where that's a very interesting question, right?
Hmm.
Now you
Because
can either connect through two ways you can connect. One is through API, right? Uh, if you have APIs for your CRM, right?
yes,
Then
we have.
so there's actually three ways which you can connect. Sorry, one is APIs, right?
Okay.
So you have APIs. Do you have APIs?
Yes, I have APIs.
Okay, so that is one way to connect, right? The second way, which basically is that if it's a standard CRM like HubSpot or Odoo or let's say Salesforce, right? Then
Yes.
then already the existing app nodes which are available. Mikhail, do you want to
Yeah.
quickly share your screen and then we can show, right? So that's another second way. The third interesting way is use MCP servers, and that basically is where the agentic AI starts to come in. Now a lot of CRMs today, I think HubSpot has a MCP server, but some may not. So that may be a limitation. But you connect through the tool, right? So can you put Mikhail, can you put HTTP request as a node? Just
Yeah.
put a node. Just put a node. Then put HubSpot as a node,
HubSpot.
and then put no, don't connect them. Don't connect them. And then put look for is there any MCP server?
There's a trigger for that.
MCP server as a trigger is there.
Hmm.
Okay, not as a tool. Okay, maybe look for any MCP
Model
client.
context protocol.
No, we're
Yeah, there
not
is
going to use any client.
Mhm.
We want to connect to an MCP server. So they don't have any MCP server.
No, just a trigger.
Expose N8 tool. No, what is it saying? Expose N8N tools as an MCP. Okay, basically what they're saying is N8N itself tools, if you want to serve as MCP server. So we are not going to use that one. Anyways, I think maybe they don't have support for right now MCP, but so what you can do is HTTP request is the API node. So if you go there, then you can put your URL here, and you can, if you want to put some authentication, you can put the authentication, right? And if you want to put some headers, you can also put some headers if you want to put something in the body. So this is basically your developer will do, right? If you have an API, they can set it up. So what should be the body, what should be the header, what should be. So this is one way kind of stuff. We will use this HTTP request for APIs, for API in our workflow. So we'll come to that. So second thing is that node. Go to the node, HubSpot node. Yeah. So here basically HubSpot has a create a company. So create a company is an API that or a function that it might have. So you can use HubSpot's create a company node to create a company in HubSpot. This is another way of doing this. So if you have a create a company API, you'll go to HTTP request. If you create a company, if you don't want to get into this thing of APIs, you can just use a node, which is a simpler way of. So HubSpot has all these functions: get a contact, search contacts, delete it, whatever, all these things are there. You can also add, I think, any add a contact to a list, for example. So you can add contacts and those kinds. You can search contacts. Was that clear to you? I don't know who asked the question. Abhimanyu, you asked the
Yes,
question.
Abhimanyu. Yes, I asked. Yes, is it clear to me? And just I have here one
Did
more
you
doubt.
try this simple chat
No,
workflow?
no, no. Yet I not try because currently I am watching the videos.
Acha.
I
No,
will try
I
later.
think if you want to try right now, please try. I think unfortunately we're out of time
Mhm.
for a lot of other things. But if you have any question, right, just ask us right away, because we want to make sure that you understand, and
Yes.
you don't leave without getting a good understanding of when it is and how it can be useful for you. So that's basically the idea. Mikhail, anything else that we have right now?
No.
Okay, so we'll take a 5-minute break, right? Uh,
Um, Nikhil, we are just stuck here. Like how he was stuck there. We are not getting the answers from the chat. I'll just share my screen. Can you
yeah,
guys
please
just
share,
one more
please share.
time?
We'll resolve it.
Yeah,
Yes.
please. Can you save it once in the top right corner?
Sorry.
The save button, can you click on that on the top right corner besides the share button? Top
Just
right, yeah.
can you just save it?
The orange button on the right.
I think the screen is stuck. Can you click on the save button?
I think, is it Sufi?
Yeah.
Yes. So, Sufi, can you save the workflow first?
Just go back, close this, and in the top, yeah, just click on the save button, orange button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now can you try if the chat is working?
Just type hi.
Chat. I think it's the last one, right? Chat.
Here.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
can
the
try
chat
here.
interface.
Yeah, let her try here first and see if that's working.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So now can you go to your chat window?
The URL that you copied.
You
Yeah.
copy that,
So,
then you paste it in a new tab, and you type hi here.
now
Yeah.
you can ask any generic questions.
You can ask, like, for example, what is the capital of India? That's like a generic world knowledge question. Uh, but if you want to give some more context, you can.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
So great. Thank you for asking the question, Sophie. And with that, we'll take a quick 5 minute break, right? And we'll come back. I think we'll come back at 12:43, 12:38 right now. Yeah,
Okay, can I ask one more question?
please. Yes.
Just I showed, see, currently how we are getting result on the basis of inputs, on the basis
Hmm.
of prompts.
Hmm.
Uh, I just also want to know how I can integrate and use this AI as a reminder tools. Is it capable to we can collaborate data from ERP or CRM and then shoot or integrate and send messages into Microsoft Teams or other stuffs like WhatsApp
Yes.
for pending tasks, consolidate reports,
Yes.
etc.
So Abhinamanyu, I think what in the next session, like after, we will show you more complicated. This is the simplest of the thing that we could show, right? We will show
Okay.
you a lot more complicated stuff where you will get more idea of how you can connect to your CRM and ERP, right? And basically send reminder emails, connect it to your CRM, share, put the data there, then basically shoot out maybe a summary email or send to Slack. Multiple stuff
Okay.
you can do, right?
Okay.
So
Thanks.
I think you'll get better idea of more complex flows in the next session that we'll do.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come back 12:45 now. Okay. Thank you. Did we start? Everyone back? Okay, I think we can start. Given we are short of time already, uh, you know, I think so. Basically, now shifting gears a little bit, right? So till now, what we have seen is we now know what N8N is, how to open account, how to build a very simple workflow where it's just a simple LLM. I mean, there's nothing. It's a two-node workflow where the trigger is chat, and and we have connected the AI. We have used an AI agent node. AI agent has LLM tool and memory. We have used only LLM part of agent, so we have used only the we've connected it to OpenAI, and we used it one for a world knowledge question like what is the capital of India, for example, and one for policy specific question where the knowledge base we did not use any tool, we did not use any memory or those kind of stuff. We basically put it in the system prompt of agent, and then we use that kind of stuff. So that basically is what we have done till now. Now, for the workflow, a lot of times what we will use is we will use some kind of external app tool or API kind of stuff, right? And when you use external app, like for example, I think one if you ask question about, I have my own ERP CRM, how do I connect? So let's say it's a HubSpot CRM, right? That's a simple example I can take, right? You might use a app node or an API node, right? That's also something that we discussed. Now, a lot of times what happens is you may want to, for example, scrape a website, right? For example, you may want to do a competition analysis, right? What my competitor is offering price for the, let's say, a product which I'm selling. So you might have to scrape your competitor website, right? So one use case is that. Second use case is, for example, you are trying to reach someone, right? There's an outbound sales that you are doing, and you want to send a very personalized email uh, by looking at the LinkedIn and say that, okay, if this person is interested in this, can I send a personalized email so that it basically doesn't go into spam, right? And B, it basically helps in connecting with that person better, right? So there's another use case, for example, where you want to scrape LinkedIn in some ways. Third use case may be that you may want to do a Google search and get more detail about something. For example, it can be about latest news about a company. So if let's say I want to offer that also, I want to track that, or I want to in my chatbot ask a question about let's say news about Microsoft, right? What is the news yesterday about Microsoft? So I may want to connect. So there's that also is another use case. So there's a lot of times you may want to go to the Google world or the app world, which we call, which is LinkedIn, which basically can be TikTok, Facebook, and get data from there, and then basically present it to the LLM so that it can answer questions. So now basically what I will show is one such tool which you can use to make this happen, which is Apify. Now I don't know how many of you know Apify. I'll just quickly share my screen and take you to the Apify. right? So AP5 basically is a very interesting, tool which allows you to connect to multiple apps. It's basically for web scraping, and you will use it. I mean, I have seen a lot of workflows uh, use AP5 by default kind of stuff. So it's something that we thought we'll present it and then tell you how you can do it kind of stuff, right? So for example, they have a TikTok scraper, so you can scrape TikTok. You can get Google Maps, like for example, if there's some location and you want a lat long for that or detail about that business, you can use Google Maps scraper, Instagram scraper, website scraper. So if you want to do competition analysis by scraping a competitor website, you use a website content. So Amazon scraper, and those kind of stuff, right? So that basically, so they have a lot of, so they call these scrapers or as to actors, and that's the terminology used. So they basically, so there are 6,000 actors which are available, 6,000 plus actors, a variety of different types, right? Uh, uh, One sec, yeah. And it, as I said, you can literally use it for multiple applications. So tweet, if I want to scrape the tweet, I want to get the let's say scrape to which this person's tweet and see what person is tweeting and those kinds of stuff, right? So there's like, for example, I'm more interested in LinkedIn, so I can just search here and see what kind of LinkedIn scrapers which are available. So I can scrape jobs. For example, if you're interested in, let's say, AI jobs, you can use LinkedIn job scraper and get detail about the jobs about AI on LinkedIn kind of stuff, right? You can use Sales Navigator scraper to get more detail about a company or a person, right? You can scrape post. So if you want to see the post of a particular person, you basically scrape the post. And so there's also these things which are important, which is the rating and the number of people who have used it kind of stuff. So usually we prefer to use where the rating is more than 4 and then users at least more than 1,000 stuff, right? So that is what is available in AP5. Now, of course, pricing wise, AP5 is costly, but they give you a $10 credit. So if you start at free, you can start free without giving any credit card or those kind of stuff, and they give you a $5 credit. So you can use that. I would recommend, if you are interested in workflows, to open a APFI account right now. If you have any questions, we can answer you, give you right now, how, if to use it kind of stuff, because it can be a bit complicated to understand. But it is free to start. You can then move to $39 plan, which is per month, but you get $39 of credits, and you can use it. Now let me just quickly log in and show you. We have a paid account, so we can show you like more detail about AP5. Any questions, if you have, feel free to ask me. It is a very important tool, which you will, I'm quite sure, use it, or some of you will definitely use it, kind of stuff. So as I said, this is my account. Actors are, which basically scrapers, which are available. I have used, for example, these 4 scrapers here. And for example, this I've run 42 times, this I've run 19 times, and these are the cost. So apart from the cost that you pay to AP5, these are also the cost you pay, right? So for example, if I'm scraping, let's say Apollo scraper, if I scrape emails from Apollo, for every 1,000 leads I have to pay $1.2, and apart from the the usage. For example, I've used $8 out of 39 while I scraped something. So I paid this, plus also I have to pay this, because this is paid to the person who has developed this actor, right? So this is something that you have to, be cognizant that you will pay for this plus the bill here, which is coming from the directly from the API kind of stuff. So that is about payment. Now, let's say I go to Apollo scraper, right? If I go inside this, I basically two to three things are important here. Of course, I said, how many people have used these is important. How many people have rated, used, those kind of stuff. That is important. The rating is important. What is important is, that if you want to run this in your N8N, you go to integrations and you go to, you use API endpoints. And then here, basically, you use your, this actor, which is run actor synchronously and data set ID. And you basically copy this, and then you can put that in one of the nodes, right, where you want to. And we'll show it to you in action also. But I'm telling you where to go and fetch your URL, because you will be doing API call, right? And that's the node, HTTP request node, that you have to configure. And that HTTP node, basically, this is where you have to put, right? For example, I think I have my workflow here. Where's my workflow? My screen is visible, right? If you have any questions, feel free to.
Yes, it's usable.
Yeah. So this basically is. I'll first quickly tell you what the workflow is, and I also want to make sure that it is you know how to configure it, right? So this is the simple workflow that which we discussed last time in a previous session, that there is a chat message and there is a LinkedIn. This is an AI agent, right? This I've named as LinkedIn agent. I've connected a model, but here I've also connected a memory. Now, memory is important because if you ask something which is contextual in nature, for example, I asked, who is the Prime Minister of India, right? And the answer is, the Prime Minister of India is Narendra Modi, right? Then I can ask, can you tell me the age of the or age of him? Let's say, for example. Then the agent has to understand that I am talking about, Narendra Modi, right? I'm talking about the Prime Minister of India, and that basically is stored in the memory. That previous questions and answers are actually stored in the memory. This is basically the memory which helps the agent to answer next question based on the memory, based on the query which is coming, and based on the tools which are given, kind of stuff, right? That is something that is very important to understand the role of memory, because memory helps you to basically give an answer. For example, as human, if we are talking to someone, we don't always say that okay, we always build on the context. We know that this is the context. So if someone is asking me something, then he doesn't need to repeat again and again. He can ask, okay, can, let's say, I'm talking to a customer support about flight tickets. I'll say, can you check my flight ticket for Manoj Gupta, right? Then next question, I don't say, can you cancel Manoj Gupta's ticket, right? Because if I say, can you cancel my ticket, the customer care agent, because the memory understands it's all about Manoj Gupta here. That's the role of the memory, which I want to make sure that is well understood. The memory is important because the agent can then answer questions without you providing more and more context every time. The tool is basically where the agent will get the answer. Right? For example, this workflow is basically, if I just type here, let's say, uh, give me more detail about Manoj on Plotch.ai, right? That basically is what I'm talking, right? So it's gonna execute. So it is, you can see it is fetching from the memory, then going to the LLM. Then it realized that I have to basically fetch the company URL. Then I have to get the Manoj Gupta's LinkedIn URL. Now I have received my Manoj Gupta URL. I will go and get detailed from LinkedIn about Manoj Gupta. Then I go to LLM, and then he should spit out Manoj Gupta's detail. Right. Let's see what is the Manoj Gupta's. Yeah. So this is what it fetched. Manoj Gupta, Manoj. My email address is not right. It's Manoj at Plotch.ai, but that's fine. I'm from Bangalore. I have these many followers. I'm the founder and CEO of Plotch.ai. Right. All that my detail it fetched from including my image. It fetched from the LinkedIn, right? All this, can you were able to understand how is this happening? It was important to understand what is happening here before I tell you how is it happening. So I asked in the chat detail about Manoj from Plotch.ai. Do you want me to try one of your LinkedIn and fetch detail?
You can try mine.
Can you tell your name, please?
Sufia, Sufia.
Sufia from
Second name is Siddiq. Oh,
second. Which one?
sorry, I was telling second name. Okay, from Bangalore.
Oh, but Sufia from Bangalore will be a lot. Can you give some specific company name or something?
ZRPL, you can. ZRPL.
ZRPL. Okay. Sufia from ZRPL. So let's say what we get. So it's again, agent decides what tool to call, which is important. We have not told the agent call this tool, then call this tool, then call this tool. Agent is just deciding, okay, for this, what tool I need to call, step A, step B, step 3, right? And it is basically that's the power of an AI agent, that you don't really need to. Sophia Siddiq, head of
Yes,
operation support. Is this right?
yes, that is the one.
Yeah. So I think, Sophia, you understood, right, what is dead, right?
Yeah,
Anyone?
I got it.
Yeah. Anyone has any also were able to understand, right? What it did. Now let's understand how it did, right? So I think we understood the chat, we understood the OpenAI chat model here, we understand the role of memory, because memory is just putting up more detail, right? And we can also try, something about here with respect to memory, but let's say then basically there are 5 nodes here. All these nodes, if you look at, let me just open the nodes. These are all HTTP request nodes. Well, this basically is HTTP request node, which is a post method. And and can you see the URL I have put is an API URL. And it is using Google search scraper. Right. So this is the URL that I need to put. And I need to put a JSON body. There are 2 things that I need to put here to basically get the LinkedIn URL of a person, because I need to provide a person's name. So Sufia ZRPL is the name, which is basically the context which was given. Now you can see the here, Sufia ZRPL. It goes in this JSON here, which is query, which is the query here. And stuff, right? So you can also drag and drop, but this is the query which goes. And it is searching LinkedIn, right? This is basically what the query is to the scraper. Now let's look at the scraper, which is Google search scraper. So I'll go to the, let's say I go to the Google search scraper. I have it here, which is the scraper. So as I said, you have to put that URL, right? So first question, then a lot of people struggle is how do I get that URL? So you go to integrations. You basically go to use API endpoints, and then you basically choose this one. Although there are run actor, and synchronously and get a key value. All this, the thing that you have met, basically what you will need is for this run actor synchronously, which means that give me immediately and give me data set items. Means that give me data. So you copy here. Now your token, you also have a token here, which basically you can create by going to the API here. Yeah, I basically went to the settings, right? You can go to settings and then you can go to API integrations and you can basically create your token here. So you create a new token and you can give it a name and you can create, right? Let's say I create a test. I can just create that. And it is now created. I don't need to use it here. I mean, I can copy and use it, but for our use case, when we are using the Google search scraper, if I go to the integrations, use API endpoints, and if I copy this, it already has the token, and I can specify which token to use, right? N8N demo test default, right? I can use it. What choose here is automatically copies. So you don't really need to. So you just copy it here, and what you do is you go to the workflow and you paste it here. That's the only thing you need to do, right? So for it to work. Second thing that you need to do is about the JSON body. Now, how do you get the JSON body? Is basically you go to the actor again. Sorry, any questions? You go to the input, you click JSON here, and this JSON is here, right? You basically copy this JSON and you paste it there. Here, right? That is what you need to do for all the AP5 actors. And you will see that all the nodes here are using AP5. AP5. This also is using AP5, Google, So all the nodes are because the AP5 is such a interesting, well-trusted scraper that a lot of workflows now they use AP5 for that, right? So that's something that I thought I'll highlight. Any questions? And it's important for you to make sure that you if you go back, you understand AP5 very well, because you'll be using a lot in your workflows. I mean, we use a lot. That's something I can tell you. Okay, I think in the interest of time, I will move ahead unless there's another question. I think that's something I thought I'll highlight here. Neha, do you want to tell about retail? Because retail is another interesting tool people use or outbound call. I think it's good for them to know. Yes.
Sure. Hi, everybody. A very good afternoon to you. I hope you're enjoying the session so far. And I know the session is around N8N and how the workflows are built, etc. But we thought of adding a couple of apps and cover it broadly so that you can have better understanding. And these are generally very useful apps. So in a lot of workflows, they'll come in handy. So the one that I'm going to talk about is retail. Let me quickly share my screen. We'll go through a small deck first. then we'll see the actual app. I hope my screen is visible to everybody.
It is
Is it visible?
not visible to me, but
No,
Visible,
not
but
really.
so
now
yes,
it is
now.
now.
Now it's visible.
Okay, all right. So basically, this app, which is called Retail, it's majorly around making voice calls, which could be for your customer support or for even outbound targeting to your prospects, etc. Right? So this is right now a very hot topic. Most of the businesses are realizing that what happens when you get a lot of calls from the customers and your human agents, they are not able to attend to them, maybe because of various restrictions, maybe limitations in the number of people who are there to support, or probably the wait time is too long. And you can find a lot of data around how much of business loss happens, right? So we thought we will cover this app because there are quite a few available, but this one, a lot of people are talking about, they're using it because the setup is not very complex and you can easily understand how to set up the agent, how you can give certain guidelines and guardrails as to what to talk about, what not to talk about, what tone to follow. You can also easily attach your database, your knowledge base, so that your agent can give very customized answers. It can have access to some of the information which most of the times your customers ask for, right? So that is the great use case for customer support. Also, it has provision where the agent can actually book your calendar, right?
Yeah.
So for appointment bookings and all of that. And also it can send automated emails, it can transfer calls to a human. If suppose the agent is AI agent is not able to answer, so let's move ahead and explore this more because there's a lot we can know. We are going to touch upon this briefly. I'll spend around next 15 minutes in showcasing a few of the things live on the app as well, but let's understand that what are the key features and how you can use it. So imagine your current business and try to correlate as to how this can fit into what you do currently. You could be having a sales team who makes outbound calls to maybe cold calls to the customers, or it could be to your existing clients, or for that matter you could be having customer support team, right, where you have a customer interface where they might be calling, or it could be via chat, etc. Also think about the sort of challenges that you face there. What are the efficiency levels, the productivity that you get, what is the cost involved, right? Keep all of those things in mind when we go through retail and what is the sort of solution that they provide. Actually, once we see this whole thing, we will also connect it to N8N, and we'll see how via this information of the calls, etc., the transcript can be passed on to N8N. It can do a lot more things because then you can create a workflow and it can be connected to a Google sheet where a full analysis can be done, all of that, which Mikhil is going to show. Very crisp, short workflow with the help of retail. So yeah, moving ahead, I hope this is clear that what it does, right? So it has certain voice agents. It has text agent also, but mostly it is known for its voice agents. And the good thing is that they sound very much like humans, right? So there are certain ways also in which you can make them sound like human. We will come to that. There are certain prompts that you can use where it might just speak something little incorrectly, then it can correct itself. It can pause like human. All of that. So those are the things which can be done with these agents, which is very interesting, which allows the customer not to even feel that they are talking to an AI agent and not a human. So it can basically, as I was saying, it can of course handle both inbound as well as outbound calls. And generally, how initially the solutions used to be, there used to be some sort of a latency where if the customer asked something, it took some time to think. The agent used to take some time to think, but here it's a very natural flow that one can experience. So even if there is a pause, it's a very natural pause, right? So yeah, so basically, these are some of the things. How people are using it, of course, it is for call center automation, so sales outreach, as I said, and it can give instant response, as I told you. It can, because of your knowledge base which is attached, because of the LLM which is there, which we'll come to, the model behind it. Putting both together, it is able to comprehend just like a human and give and talk like and answer like a human, right? And also there can be warm transfers, like for example, somebody said that somebody asked something which the AI agent was not able to reply to. It can say, "Do you want me to transfer the call to a human?" Now, when the call gets connected to the human also gets some. It's not like a cold transfer that the human will directly get a call without knowing the context of what is this call about. So instantly there is a sort of a transcript or a summary or a context of the call which also goes to the human to whom it is getting forwarded. So that's the beauty of it. Now, why all of this? Because of, we are seeing that there are so many key stats which is showing that it has a big impact on the businesses, and people are using it a lot. So yeah, so it's we'll go through the actual process of creating an account, but very quickly I wanted to give a brief. You can create a free account. Okay, you don't need any credit card details, etc. So you can sign up. You can sign up with Google as well. And the good thing is, just like how we saw in N8N, here also you get a $10 of free usage credits, right? So which you can use for testing your calls, etc., making calls. Of course, going forward, there is as you use, you pay. That sort of a pricing plan that they have. It's around 7 cents per second, something like that for agents. Plus, there is the model cost, which is also given. So you can choose. You can while creating the agent, you can choose all of these details, like which model you want to support the agent and things like that. Now, not just that, you can of course also configure like how you want the agent to talk, uh, how is going to be the flow, the structure, stepwise, all of that. There are two ways of doing it. We'll go with a simple flow. We'll show how to do it. There's also a tree method where you can, there can be multiple conversation. The context can be different for different questions, all of that. So that tree can also be created. But today, because the focus is on N8N, we probably will have a separate session for retail, where we can spend more time in going into details, more complex flows. Today we look at very simple flows. You can set up a phone number, very important and key point. So you can either buy a number here itself at retail, or you can have a Twilio number. That setup can be done. Now, as I was talking about the various models which are there, which support, it very clearly mentions like what is the cost of all of those right there when you choose. There are different sorts of voices which you can choose from, different personas, and it also says that what is it good for. Some might be good for, say, property related selling. Some might be great for education related. Some might be good for, say, just e-commerce, things like that. So they have also classified different agents voices and personas for ease of you to choose. Now, of course, as I was telling you that it can handle multiple conversations together. So it's not like how typically it used to be earlier, like bot, like it sometimes it used to get confused, ask you to choose from standard set of questions, all of that. This is like talking to a human, right? So you can have multiple questions. We'll see that. We will see how it handles. Also, how you basically create the prompt for the agent makes a big difference. It's never perfect in one go. You have to keep streamlining it till the agent is able to handle all sorts of nuances, right? And we spoke of knowledge base. So there are various kinds of documents you can add, which could be probably a policy related documents, could be certain compliance related documents, anything, any sort of important documents, or probably frequently asked questions as well, because there could be certain specific things that which are regularly being asked, which of course most of the companies have that sort of data as well, so that can also be fed for having more crisp answers. Besides this,
One,
there's an analytics dashboard. Yeah, is that somebody saying something?
yeah, I think someone has a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so uh, can it use vernacular languages also, like different Indian languages?
It has a set of languages, but it's mostly international languages that we see. It has an option of multi-language, or the agent could be multilingual, but the languages that we see under it are mostly international languages.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, as I was telling you regarding the phone number, so there is a retail number which you can buy from here itself from the retail app. Otherwise, you can buy from Twilio, and that can also be integrated. This takes around 15 minutes. The integration part, the retail number starts working in like 2 minutes, so much easier for you. So, yeah, so I just wanted you to get a background and understanding before we jump on to actually looking at uh, the platform. Second. I hope it's visible. Retail.ai, retailai.com, right?
Yeah, it is.
Right? Okay. So basically, from here, as I told you, you can log in and it gives you all the details, also the features. You can do call transfers, you can book appointments, the knowledge base part we spoke of. Now, this is once you log in, this is where you reach. Of course, you can see certain agents here, but once it will be a new login, this will be blank. On the left hand side, what we can see is you have a knowledge base as well. I was talking to you about how you can attach different documents, right? From here, you can just click on this and you can give a name to, what sort of knowledge base are you adding? Is it related to certain policies? Is it related to some general information and all of that? So you can just click on add, and that sheet or that document gets added here. I told you about the phone numbers, right? So from here, you can either buy a new number, or you can, from Twilio, if you're buying, then you can connect via SIP trunking, right? So it takes around 15-20 minutes, but this can be done. There are quite a few videos which can help you with this, how do you connect with the help of SIP trunking. Here you can see all your call history. Right? It will tell you what was the cost and all of that. You can also see your chat history, but that wouldn't be much here. In analytics, it's very, very like what we were seeing in the presentation also, that it's important that how it is being used, you have like a fair view of how many calls, what was the duration, if at all there was latency, how many were successful calls, all of that. So you can have this dashboard and you can set it up as well. In this billing section, you of course can see that what is the bill right now, what is the, you get the API keys from here. Now this is important because these are the webhook keys and you can use it for integrating with N8N as well. So, and so basically this is about what are the different elements in this menu here. Let's look at how an agent can be created. So I'm going here, I'm clicking on voice agent. So here you will see like there are different types of agents. There's a single prompt agent, which is pretty straightforward. Then there can be multi-prompt agent also, where generally a tree is created, where if then else kind of complex scenarios also you can configure. But we'll go for demonstration, and for the sake of time, we will keep it simple. So I'll click on the start from blank and create. So this is the scene. This is the screen that we see, right? Here it's going to ask you that which model would you like to attach to your agent, or you can choose. It tells you what is going to be the cost of using this model. Okay, and suppose I go with this GPT 4.1 mini, right? Then I can also choose, as I was telling you, it tells you the persona of the voice, right? So it has the names and it tells you the trait. You can choose. You can also filter from here. What sort of accent, type, all of that, right? So you can choose. There are quite a few. Can test. If I'll play right now, probably you might not be able to hear, but once I'll share the tab, then you will be able to. So I'll just play it. Let me know if you're able to hear.
No, it's not audible.
All right. All right. So I'll share the tab in a bit and probably you'll be able to hear. So from here, you can select. And of course, there are a couple of, there's English, there is multilingual, and then you have these international languages which you can choose from. So, once this is done, you have chosen these, then there are certain functions. We'll come to it. Mostly what you will require is an end call function, call transfer function, if at all you want the agent to transfer the call, suppose it is not able to handle. And mostly these two are some of the functions that you would require. You can definitely look at other ones also, book a calendar and things like that. For calendar, they have ready integration with cal.com. So if you create an account there, you can easily integrate it here. So we saw from where you can add knowledge base. They have also provided knowledge base addition provision here. So you can just add and do that. Something very interesting is that in order to make it sound very, very normal, like a normal human, you can also like provide some sort of a background sounds, like a coffee shop sound, right? And like a maybe a call center sound, right? So things like that you can add in the background. A lot of other uh, configurations are also given here. So let's look at one of the setups that I've already done, where we look at the prompt as well. So here, basically, you can use, probably Chat GPT or any other, support for creating these prompts. You can tell what exactly is your role, right, or what is your identity. It just makes the agent much more suitable to your company profile, right? You could be into design, you could be into selling insurance, you could be into selling anything else, right? So any persona that you want the agent to acquire, you can do that by giving certain details, that you have to be polite, you have to speak clearly, you have to stay natural and things like that, right? You can be as creative as possible in making sure that the persona is very well understood by the agent. Besides this, you can certainly put certain guardrails in place, right? You don't want your agents to, give out any sensitive information, or you don't want them to use specific words which might not be very well uh, or acceptable in certain cultures, and things like that. So such kind of guardrails which you want, like for here, we have put be concise, like keep responses short and to the point. You can use variety, like rephrase to avoid sounding robotic. This is precisely what I was talking about earlier, that you cannot say the same phrase again and again, so you have to rephrase every time so that it sounds more natural. And proactive approach, you can guide the conversation naturally. It's what we have put. There has to be clarity, one question at a time, to adapt to the context and all of that, right? So these are some of the guardrails. Besides this, you can also give some sort of steps, like you have a couple of options, as I told you, where you can create a whole tree, but you can put certain steps here also. You have to first greet, then understand the query of the agent. You can do the verification if it is relevant to your industry. You can do a follow-up question once you have done that and all that, and then you have to end the call, right? So you can create such kind of details for your agent so that it is able to perform well, right? When it comes to the knowledge base, I'll just tell you I had added. I just for the sake of testing, I had put certain order details here. Okay, so could be any document. Then I'd also put certain FAQs for the agent to understand properly. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly share my tab instead of the whole screen so that you're able to hear the agent. Give me a second. Let me know if my screen is visible to everyone.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So it's the same screen. We have the prompt in place. We have the knowledge base in place. Let's see how the agent is able to handle the questions. Yeah, hi. Hi, this is Emily.
Hello, you've reached Plotch.ai customer support. This is Ravi speaking. How may I help you today, Emily?
I just quickly wanted to check what is the refund policy of the company.
Certainly, Emily, I can help with that. Which company policy would you like to check? Order status, returns and refunds, shipping delivery, cancellations, or something else?
I want to know the refund policy.
Thanks, Emily. Our refund policy is refunds allowed within 3 days of delivery for unused items. Once we receive the returned item, refunds are processed within 5 and 7 business days. Would you like details on how to start a return or help with a specific order?
No, I want to know when will I get my order.
Of course, I can check that for you. Could you please provide your full name and the email address you used when placing the order?
It's Emily James.
Thanks, Emily. Could you please provide the email address you used when placing the order?
Emily at Plotch.ai.
Thanks, Emily. I'll look that up now. For security, can you please provide the order ID or the delivery zip/postal code associated with the order?
I don't have it, sorry.
No problem, Emily. I can still help. Can you confirm the delivery zip postal code or the billing zip postal code associated with the order or the approximate date you placed the order? Just one of those will work.
Postal code is 400060.
Thanks, Emily. I've located your order using the zip code 400060 and your name. Here are the details I see. Order ID 8F4J2K, order date August 8th, 2025. Current status out for delivery. Expected delivery date today, August 14th, 2025. Is there anything else I can help with about this order? For example, delivery instructions, changing the address, or initiating a return?
No, that's fine. Thank you so much.
Glad I could help, Emily. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Yeah. So we saw that it was able to handle and ask questions just like a human, and um, it was able to articulate also while talking. So overall, yes, this is how you can set it up. And any questions related to this? Any questions related to retail and how the setup happened, how the prompt was put in place, how the knowledge base was attached? Anything? Okay, since there are no questions, so probably Nikhil, would you like to take over from here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So now we are going to discuss the exact workflows that we have created for you. There are a total of 4 workflows that we have created, and with as we move on with these workflows, the complexity of these workflows will increase. Right? Now let's start with the retail one. So this is the workflow that just yeah. So this is the workflow that we created for the retail part, whereas we have configured a webhook. So after a call has ended, the retail actually saves that data. It saves the transcript, the person, the number, and etc. Right? So this webhook can go. So if you integrate the URL part in the retail and also beside the path and the HTTP GET, it will pull in all the data regarding the transcript and everything. Right? And once that data has been pulled in, the data will be saved in a Excel sheet. So let me show the Excel sheet. So this is the Excel sheet we have created. Yes. Yeah. So this is the Excel sheet, and within this Excel sheet, there are names and columns that we have predefined it before connecting it to N8N. That is very important because N8N doesn't work if the columns are not defined. So if we run this and if we run it properly, then it will save all the transcripted data of the call here in this column. So that is the workflow feature, right? That is how it exactly works. Now let us discuss the nodes. So there is this edit field nodes, right? So edit field nodes, we use it when we want to structure a data in a specific way. For example, the webhook will send the data in a single paragraphs or schemas, right? And we want to update it in a Google Sheet. So the edit field section will create a table to edit it in the Excel using this update Excel sheet function. So this is a node which is specifically for updating a Google Sheet. And you can connect to this. You can connect a Google Sheet using this sign in with the Google account. If you have a Google account, your work email or your work Google account, you can just click here, connect the Google account. It will scan your entire Google Sheets, all the Google Sheets that are there, and it will enlist it here. For example, these are all the Google Sheets I have at my end. So I've connected it here. Okay. So this was the entire workflow related the retail transcription. Okay. So anyone has any questions regarding this flow?
I have a question. Instead of Google Sheet, can
Yeah.
we connect Microsoft Excel?
Uh, Microsoft Excel.
Because several organizations on
Yeah. So there is this Microsoft Excel node as well. So you can connect to it. You just have to go create a credential, connect your account here. So you can just click on this and connect the account. Once you do that, it will form the connection and show all the workbooks and sheets that you have at your end. It will be enlisted here. So does that answer your question?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else has any question? Okay, so let's move on with the second workflow. The second workflow is regarding email automation. Let me just open the workflow. Yeah. So this is a basic email automation. Let me just explain to you the basic logic of how it works. So every time I create a new workflow, I just write down the logic, what nodes I will use, and why I will use. That is very important if you want to create a workflow, especially the custom workflows. Right? Now, this is a trigger workflow. So whenever a Google Sheet that I have connected here, whenever a row is updated. So for example, if someone adds the name and email, I'll show you the exact Google Sheet that I have connected here. Just a second. Yeah, so this is the Google Sheet that I've connected. So whenever a person comes and adds a name and email ID, the entire workflow will be triggered, right? So once it gets triggered, it passes on the name and the email ID and entire all the columns data to this if condition. So if I execute it like that, I'm executing it manually. But if you activate this workflow, every 1 minute it will check the Google Sheet, and if a new row has been added, it will execute the workflow, right? So this Google Sheet node went and checked if any update has been done. So it found out that Nikhil Vashi was added in the Google Sheet, and it sent it to the if node. Now, the function of this if node is to check in the sent column if if it has been already sent, then we don't want it to resend the email, right? So that's why it's checking if the email has been sent in this column. I've set up two conditions. So JSON, so I can drag and drop this here and say like if this column is equal to no, or this column is empty, then you can send the email. So whatever conditions you put here, they are true conditions, right? There are two branches within this if condition, the true and the false. You can see it here as well, the true branch and the false branch. For now, it went to true branch because the sent column was empty, right? And if there was something written as sent here, it would have sent it to the false branch, and the entire workflow would have been stopped. So now it went to the email node because the email was not sent. And in the sent email node, you have to first connect the SMTP account. I'll show you exactly what is an SMTP account. For example, I have connected my Gmail account here. This is the account that I've connected. This is the password. Now there is something called as app password in Gmail. Right? Let me just show you how you can. So this is the part. This is the app password part. I can just a second. Yeah. So once you reach here, then you just have to click create a new. So I've created one for N8N. I can create new one. For example, I just just click on create. It will give me this password. This is the password. This is a one-time password, which you can use to put it here. This is the password that I've put down, right? And it will form the connection. Now, this is not your general password, right? This is a password that you create for once and put it here. So a connection is formed. So the entire Gmail account access is now within N8N, right? And you have to put down the host. Now this can be smtp.zoho.crm. Mine is a gmail.com. That's why I've put it as smtp.gmail.com. And the port and SLS is something that is predefined, so you don't have to change it much. Just keep it like that. And the client host name is not necessary. This was regarding the SMTP account connection. Now we want this node to send an email. There are two different operations: send, and wait for response. Right? It can also wait for response. And I want to mention from where the email needs to go. Right? I have connected the SMTP account. I've mentioned the same email account here. Right? And in the to email section, we want to change it dynamically. So we have used this schema here and dragged and dropped it here. So it will dynamically change as we update the sheet. For example, if I put Manoj@AI, right? So it will dynamically change and send an email to that person. Okay. and this is the subject part, the subject of the email that needs to be sent, right? And now I have meant, you can the email part, the body part, you can describe the body part in two different methods, right? There's text and HTML, and you can use both. I've used an HTML format. I've asked the chat GPT to create an HTML text for a specific template of email. Now I have received the email here to show you the email that has been sent. So this is the email that was generated and sent right now. It is executed it 4 minutes ago, and it is here. It has all the this prompting or this format was generated by ChatGPT in an HTML text, right? Now, and I just generated it and pasted it here, so you can see the entire text here. I also attached a Calendly link in that. That's why it's showing a button. So if I click on that button, it will take me to the Calendly part. Yeah, so this is the Calendly booking. So you can use this workflow for multiple things, for booking or any kind of customer service, etc. Depends on your use case. Right? So this was the HTML, and you can also add different things like attachment. Attachment, you also have to add a public link of that image, so you can attach in document, uh, uh, image, etc. Right? You can also integrate that image within this HTML text, and also you can do BCC CC emails. You can add for example, if you have a section for BCC, you can just drag and drop that schema into the BCC section, and after sending the email, it gives an output of that I send this email to this person and the timing and etc. And once the email was sent, the sheet needs to get updated, right? So it updated the sheet that the email was sent, and it was sent at this date and time. So this was done automatically. I didn't have to do it manually. So this was a simple uh, work email automation part where you can just come to the sheet. If I, or for example, if you someone wants to try their email, you can do that as well. For example, if I activate it, uh, anyone wants to try? Any participants? No one. Okay. But I guess everyone understood the part.
Yeah, you can add mine.
Okay, your name Sufia, right?
Sophia. Yeah.
And email
info
info at
zrpl.co.in.
zrpl dot
zrpl. D is not there. rpl
dot
.co.in.
oh, so this was activated now. I've added all the information that is needed. The workflow is already activated, so it will check on its own after 1 minute, because the trigger has been set for 1 minute, right? So every 1 minute it goes back to the sheet, it checks if there is a new entry, and if there is a new entry, it triggers the entire workflow. And you can also custom change.
Is Mikhail not speaking, or
Yeah, I'm not able to hear him.
I think we lost?
Yeah, I just got.
Yeah, sorry for the disconnection. There was some network loss. Is my screen visible now?
is coming. It is now. Yes.
Yeah. So we were at we were
You
at
were,
this
I think,
part.
trying to trigger the Sophia's email.
So our email was sent. Sophia, can you check? It was sent automatically.
Sophia,
Sophia?
are you there? Okay, I think
Yeah.
let's go ahead in interest of time. I think we're already 150. So
Okay. Okay. So then let's move on to the next part. So this was the part regarding email automation, and email was sent to Sophia at the end. Let's move on to the next part. The next workflow that we have is an AI assistant workflow. AI assistant workflow is basically if you can, for example, there is a Google Sheet, right? In a Google Sheet, if you give a prompt, for example, I want to understand the top 10 tools like retail, like a top 5 tools or top 5 AI tools. If you put a prompt like that in the Google Sheet, it will get triggered. And once it get triggered, it checks if a email was sent previously or not, very similar to what we did in email automation. And if the email is sent, it will send it to do nothing node. If the email is not sent, then it will send it to messenger model. And within the messenger model, I've created a prompt where I've asked it to research on the given topic. Right, the topic comes from the Google Sheet, and I've just dragged and dropped the schema here, and it will create a structured content based on the below this topic, right? And it will give an output. So we can even try that. For example, if I remove this, give me a top 3 competitors of N8N. And if I just activate this workflow, then again it will check in every single minute. In every 1 minute, it will go back to the Excel sheet and check if there is a new entry or not. And if there is a new entry, it will trigger the workflow and send an email of the prompt. Right? Now yeah. So the email was sent. Let's check the email. This is the email that I got from the AI assistant. So it has arrived right now. These are the top 3 N8N competitors. Make Zapier IFFTT. Right. So this was the entire flow. And regarding this node messenger model, so you can also connect an agent here, but this is also possible that you connect a messenger model node. Within Gemini, there are multiple nodes you can connect: analyzing video, transcribing a record, analyzing document. You can upload a file, analyze an image, generate an image. So these are multiple, nodes within Gemini. Also, regarding creating the account, I think we discussed that, but then again, touching upon it, you can just paste the API key that you get from the Google AI Studio. So this was the entire AI assistant workflow. Does anyone have any questions?
Nikhil, the node which you're using, edit fields, what is the purpose of that and how does that work?
Yeah, so edit field is a structuring node. For example, right now, if I want to manually, let me delete this. I turn this off. Just a second. If I manually execute it, you might be able to see all the schemas that I'm attached. Yeah. So in edit fields, the input is coming like this, right? So this is the input from the send email node, the previous node, right? Now, we want to structure it so that we update it in the Google Sheet. Now we just want to update the email sent section of the Google Sheet. Just a second. Yeah, this section, right? We need to update this column itself. Right? And we want to structure it in a way that it gets updated in the CSV format. So edit fields is used for that. It just structures the data according to CSV format. So there is a table. So within this table, you can see the sent was written and it got updated there. So, so did I answer any questions? Your questions? Sufi?
Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions regarding this? Okay, moving on. Okay, now let's move on to a much complex workflow, that is RAG workflow. So we have created this RAG workflow. To put it very simply, you can upload a document. It will store the data in an embedded format. And if a chatbot is activated, if anyone asks any questions regarding that data or that PDF, it will answer all the questions based on that PDF. It will generate the answer and give it answer through this agent. Right? For example, if I upload a document, the text will be extracted using this default data loader. It will be stored in an embedded format. Right? The data was stored. This was the load data flow. Now I go to this this chat trigger, and I ask that, for example, if I have uploaded a refund policy, the same refund policy that we saw earlier, I have uploaded it here as well. So if I go here and ask, hi, what is asking, hi, right? So it's asking, how can I help you today? What is the refund policy? So it's going through all the data that has been stored. So it gave me an answer. Items purchased within the 30 days of the delivery date and etc. So this was based upon a document which I had uploaded. Right? Now this good thing about the entire flow is that this chat trigger is very similar to what we did in the chatbot, the first chatbot that we created. You can integrate it in a website. So whenever a customer comes to your website, it can ask questions based on your your on their order and etc. Right? And also someone had asked if we can upload a document or a PDF within this chatbot function. We can do that using this RAG flow. Right? Now this RAG flow is there is a upload file option here. So if I execute, very similar to the chatbot, you have this form link here. If I activate the flow, the form will get activated and we can submit the flow here. So I've submitted it, that's why it's not showing right now. But once we do that, it will upload the document, save it, and then execute the entire workflow. So anyone has any questions regarding this? Anything regarding the nodes or the prompting that I've done, or what does the flow actually do, or the logic? Anyone? Okay, moving on to the next one. So this was the RAG flow. Just coming this one. Let's move on to the next flow. The next flow is the most complex flow we have created for you guys. This is an SDR flow. That is a outbound and inbound feature to it. So the part that you see here is the outbound part, and there is small inbound section as well. This is a complete automated uh, SDR workflow, within which I've connected a very similar agent to which the Manoj sir showed. It researches. If basically the flow logic is that whenever I update a Google Sheet, this is the Google Sheet with name, email, LinkedIn, company name, website, position at the company, it will just start the entire workflow. It will check if the LinkedIn URL has been pasted in the column, and it will if it's empty or not, and if the LinkedIn metadata is empty or not. If it's not, if it's, for example, if the LinkedIn URL is empty, then it will be considered as true and it will go forward. And if the LinkedIn metadata is empty, then only it will go forward. If the LinkedIn metadata has been already filled, for example, this column, then it will not move forward. Right? The flow will end and it will stop the flow, and it will be passed on to do nothing node, right? Then all the name details and etc. will be sent to this LinkedIn research agent. I'll just activate the flow so that the entire flow is executed automatically. Yeah. Then it goes to this LinkedIn research agent. This LinkedIn research agent, I've prompted it that, hi, here is the name, email, and etc. The company name, and your task is to, you are a AI agent specialist in researching individual and companies on LinkedIn. So these are the guidelines and overview of what it will do, and this is the prompting part. And the tools that I've connected is the Chat GPT and all the API tools. Right? For example, this is the description of this API tool, very similar to what Manoj sir showed. Gets the LinkedIn URL of the person, requires a query. of a person. For example, if you don't have a LinkedIn URL, this node will get the LinkedIn URL. Right? After it gets the LinkedIn URL, it goes through each of these nodes, finds the company name, everything regarding that person, comes to the edit fields, then updates the metadata section, right? Metadata section is this one. So it updated the metadata section here. So I activated the workflow. So that's why it updated it. So here's the information I found. Nikhil Vashi, email this, company this, LinkedIn this, and he's a business analyst at this company and etc. Right? Now, based upon this, it will personalize the email, right? So for example, this AI agent is a personalization agent. So the data, the metadata, it will refer to the metadata and create a part which is very personalized to that person. So I'll show you the email that I got. For example, yeah, this. So hi Nikhil, your role as a business analyst at Plotch caught my eye, and Manoj, founder, and etc. etc. Right. So this was the personalization part. It did using that LinkedIn research flow. Right? And once that research part is done, it will personalize it, send the first email, and whenever the first email is sent, it will update the sheet, right? That the first email was sent. And this is important because the rest of the flow checks this column to send the second, third email or etc. Any other thing that we will discuss now, right? And this was the first email flow. Now come down to the Calendly trigger. Right? Now we saw that a Calendly link was sent to the person that the person that we want to target, and within that Calendly link, if you go and trigger, if you go and book the exact date that you want the meeting to happen, just click here and just add name. For example, just write Manoj. Sorry. Yeah. So this is the email, and if you want to put down something, you can also do that, and just click on schedule event. So it will uh, you know initiate this trigger, because whenever a event is triggered within Calendly, it will send a thank you email to that person. So for example, now the Manoj sir would have received an email that says thank you for showing interest in our product, and here is a meeting link. You can book it using this button. So, right? For example, if I just ask Manoj sir,
I received an email. Thank you for
yeah,
booking. Looking forward to a call. And I
exactly,
also got a calendar invite.
yeah. So calendar invite was sent.
Yes.
Now also a calendar invite was sent using a different account. I'll show you the exact account. This is the account. Just a second. Yeah. So a meeting was booked, Manoj and Plotch Growth, and the link was sent to me to Manoj sir as well. Right? So this was the entire flow regarding the bookings. And just a second. Whenever someone books a meeting using the link, the sheet gets updated that a booking has been created. Right? And so this entire flow is triggered, and the sheet gets updated that the booking has been created. After the email has been sent, if the first email has been sent, and after 7 days, if the booking has been not created yet and a reply has not been sent, then it will check if reply. So this is the flow where it will do reminders basically, and in every 6 hours, it goes back to the sheet, checks if the meeting has been booked. So, and if the meeting has not been booked, it will calculate the days from which the first email was sent. And after 7 days, it will send a reminder email. Right? And reminder email will be like, hi, here is the follow-up email of, I've sent this previously, and here is the follow-up email in case you have missed your email, etc. Right? So it can be anything. It can be custom made as per your requirement. And after sending the second email, it updates the sheet that a second email was sent. So we cannot show you right now because it will trigger after 7 days. And then comes the inbound part, right? So inbound part is where, you know, for example, if you have connected this form to your website, someone comes and fills their details, that is the name, email, company name, and why do you require Plotch.ai. Right? So once they fill that, an email will be sent with the link that, hey, hi, this is thank you for showing the interest in a company, and here is the link to book a meeting. So again, the calendar trigger will be used and a meeting will be booked. So this was the entire flow. Does anyone has any questions regarding this? We can go into each of the nodes if anyone has not understand.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Just you configured email, can we connect configured for WhatsApp or Teams for notifications also?
Yeah. For example, you can add a WhatsApp node, right? There is WhatsApp Payable and WhatsApp Business Cloud. You can add a node here, send message node, and you can configure it. You just have to create the credentials, message, recipient's phone number that can come dynamically. For example, if you can connect a Google Sheet to it or an Excel sheet, you can drop the schema of number here, and it will dynamically change the number and send the message as per your requirement. This is the message type. You can do video, location, image, document, context, audio, etc. Whatever is your message, and the text body. So within this, you can also have a. I don't think so. There is an HTML option there, but you have to manually write the entire text body here.
Okay. Just it's also sending the notification or email based on input.
Your voice is not very clear. Can you repeat?
Hello.
Abhimanyu?
Now
Yeah,
it's
now it's
clear
clear.
to you? See, I am
Yeah,
saying
now it's
just in the whole process, yet we are sending the notifications or email on based on input.
clear.
Okay, if we have a
Hmm.
you can say if we have a data,
Hmm.
but we want to configure or analyze data and send periodically notifications or emails
Hmm.
on based on that data. So how
Hmm.
can we can do those things?
Yeah. So for
Currently,
that,
okay.
yeah, please go for
Currently, whatever we see, somebody
it.
input or requested for something else
Hmm.
in WhatsApp, in chatbot, or whatever we created. But I have a data that is stored in any format. Now I want to send a message or notification based on that.
Hmm. Yeah, so depending on your data type, for example, if you have a CRM or anything, you can connect it and pull that data. Also, you want to schedule it, right? For example, if
Yes,
you want
yes.
to send it after
Schedule it
six,
or
7 minutes.
triggered it. Triggered it. See,
Yeah, so
suppose
you
we
can
have
do,
stages on CRM. One stage is
yes.
completed into next step. So I want to notify over the WhatsApp or Microsoft Teams as well as
Hmm.
email also. Okay.
Hmm.
And then also want to send the pending task of detail to them, users,
Hmm.
like this.
Yeah, so you can trigger it according to your timings. You can use this mode, scheduler trigger. Then custom define it. If you want to custom cron it, you can just add. It has also given logic how you can do it, and you custom define your timing. Yeah. So does that answer your question? Do you want me to go deeper into this? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So do you have any further questions?
One more question. See, uh, see, I have a different data structure. Okay. See, in CRM we have a different tables, different modules, or you can take example of ERP. So for particular data, how can I configure? Or we just need to prepare the data accordingly and then send.
So which CRM? Sorry, I'm trying to understand the question. Which CRM do you have? Maybe you can.
Currently, we are using Odoo. Odoo.
Yeah. So can you search for Odoo node here, Michael?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I
Sure.
already checked. It's available.
Yeah. So let's look at the Odoo node,
Yes,
right? So let's say you want to fetch, right?
Hmm.
You want to fetch a data from there, or you want to push data there?
I want to fetch data.
Yeah. Let's say you fetch, you get. Let's say
get an item would be suitable.
Just put that node there.
Sorry, I think there was some network issue. Yeah, which node, sir? Get an item node, right?
Yeah, anything, doesn't matter.
Okay. So this is the node, get an item.
Yeah. So now this basically is this has to be now in this the data has to which node has to be processed, right? That basically is the question. Like do
Suppose we are using, suppose we are using different modules. Like take example of CRM or e-commerce. We have a
yeah.
e-commerce site and we that is working. So we want to also notify the details once they order. So why we just want to notify over the WhatsApp, Teams, email, etc. Like
So
this.
basically you want to fetch data. So so one thing is you create an API, right? You can
That's
create
it.
an API node, you fetch the
Mhm,
data, that
mhm.
node comes, then the data can be then given to the email, the whole workflow that we just can do you want to build right now or let's put like a I think what what we need is we need to fetch data so from your system,
Yes.
right? So how will we fetch? We can only fetch via API. So let's put an HTTP request node. HTTP. Yeah. And then here we will put the API, let's say get orders detail, your API, right? So it will give some response. That response we can then that response so that can be multiple response. So if we want, we can use one node which is called split out.
Just a second.
This is a split out. Yeah. So it can then convert your multiple customers into each entity. Now you can either do one thing is if your workflow is sheet based, you can push this into a Google Sheet. Right. So as soon as Google Sheet you push, basically append or update, that's basically what you said. It will then do the next task, which is send email. And this API call you can do every 1 hour, 2 hours. So you can put that schedule before that. Yeah.
Also, he wanted to send it to WhatsApp as well, so you can add a WhatsApp
So
node
you
also.
put a WhatsApp also there.
Hmm.
And then you can push call and you can basically then call your API to maybe you want to update that I have sent an email or something. So you can again call an API. Or if you want to do in a different way, where it's a webhook based. Can you put a webhook? Yeah, webhook and put it before beside HTTP request, and then connect that to the yeah. That's another way where you are sending data, then this guy is requesting. You are sending, okay, now send this data. This is one way. If you want to do now, if you have a Odoo CRM, then you can also put Odoo there as another third way of getting data. Michael, your
Okay.
screen is not able to
Okay,
see.
got your point.
Were you able to follow opinion or is this?
Okay, just tell me one more thing. Is there is also going to be a FAQ sessions after this?
FAQ. You can ask any question right now because we had a Q&A, but unfortunately we ran out of time. But we're happy to take any questions you have right now.
No, not right now because whatever we so learn, we just need to do a little bit
Yeah, you
practices
can
on
ask
the
a
ground
question.
level. Then I am asking for a later on.
Yeah, you can ask us question later on. That's
Nah.
not bad. Yes. We what we will do, we'll also share if you want, we can share you the specific for template, and you can then use it. So you can request that template also from us.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. That's all from my side. We will try later
Yeah,
and see
yeah,
if we will found any technical issues. Then we'll get back to you.
yeah. Any specific issue that you run into, let us know. We'll happy to find a solution for it. I think, Mikhail, I think we are out of time, so we'll have to.
Yeah.
I think this is good. What we were able to see is a very exhaustive AI SDR, which basically can, send personalized email and can also book, some kind of meeting. Send a thank you for that also, and then also if we need to remind them every seventh day, 10th day, we can send a funnel here, and also we have a inbound flow here where something if it comes, then we can then again do a sort of a thank you. We can send an email with our details and those kinds of stuff, right? So that fundamentally is this. Uh, so this basically wraps up. I have a couple of things, and then we'll wrap up this quickly. So yeah, if you have any questions after this, also feel free to reach out. You can see my screen. So we also have AI services. So if you want us to build N8N workflows, we'll happy to build for you. If you want to build us to MCP servers or custom POCs or Agentic AI deployments, we can do that. What I also want to highlight is that we are doing our next session, which is on vibe coding. So if any of you or your colleague want to know how to build apps, using Cursor or Vercel or any of these tools, this is also something that we're doing next week. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out that team at Plotch.ai. You can also personally reach out to me at Manoj@Plotch.ai. That basically is one thing we want to highlight. If you need any workflow template, you can also reach out to us that we need this specific workflow. We'll happy to share that. With that, I think we'll wrap up here unless anyone has any parting question or comment. We're already above 15 minutes. I'm a bit mindful of time. Okay, I think with that we'll wrap up.
Hi, Manoj. So just a small question. To share the
Yeah.
workflow, do you charge anything or?
To share the workflow?
Yeah. For any particular workflows if you need.
No, if you are asking us to share the workflow that we have shown today, then we don't charge, right? But if you are asking us to build a workflow which is something which is very specific to which we have not shown, then there'll be charge, yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.